Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Alright guys, my name is Radi Wardani from TBI 4B of B IAIN CURUP. Today, I would like to tell you all about code switching and code mixing. The first, we go to code switching. Code switching is the occurrent use of more than one language or language variety in conversation. Code switching is the use of more than one linguistic variety in a manner consistent with the syntax and phonology of each variety. Multilinguals, people who speak more than one language, sometimes use elements of multiple languages in conversing with each other. A loanword or learnword is a word borrowed from one language and incorporate into another. A calque or loan translation is a related concept where the meaning or idiom is borrowed rather than the lexical item itself. A pidgin. Pidgin or pidgin language is a simplified language that develops as a means of communication between two or more groups that do not have a language in common. A pidgin is not the native language of any speech community, but is instead learned as a second language. A pidgin may be built from word, sound, or body language from multiple other languages and cultures. Pidgins usually have low prestige with respect to other languages. A creole. A creole is a stable natural language developed from the mixes of parent languages. Creole differs from Pidgins in that they have been nativized by children as their primary language, making them have features of natural languages that are normally missing from Pidgins. The vocabulary of a Creole language consists of cognates from the parent languages, though there are often clear phonetic and semantic shifts. Language transfer. Language transfer, or language interference, refers to speaker or writer applying knowledge from their native language to a second language. Let me show you the example of
Irfan mau main di Indonesia dan adik aku juga mau main di Indonesia.
Terus?
So we all came to Indonesia for a charity game.
And then you meet in the
And then
charity
we
game.
we meet at the lobby from Hotel Sultan in
Di
Jakarta.
situ.
Iya.
Terus pertama kali ketemu, Irfan langsung minta kenalan atau
Iya.
kamu yang minta kenalan?
Irfan.
Kamu kali.
Irfan.
Kamu kali, jujur dong, Jen.
Enggak.
Alright, we move to code mixing. Code mixing is a thematically related term, but the usage of the terms code switching and code mixing varies. Some scholars use either term to denote the same practice, while others apply code mixing to denote the formal linguistic properties of said language, context phenomena, and code switching to denote the actual spoken usage by multilingual persons. Social motivation for code switching. Code switching relates to and sometimes indexes social group membership in bilingual and multilingual communities. Some sociolinguists describe the relationship between code switching behavior and class, ethnicity, and other social position in addition. In addition, scholars in interactional linguistics and conversation analysis have studied code switching as a means of structuring talk and interaction. The glossia. The glossia refers to a situation in which two dialects or languages are used by a single language community, in addition to the community's everyday or vernacular language variety. A second high con- codified variety in use in certain situations such as literature, formal education, or other specific setting, but not used for ordinary conversation. Convergence. Convergence is a type of contact-induced change whereby language with many bilinguals become mutually borrow morphological and syntactic features, making their typology more similar. Mechanics of code switching. Mechanics of code switching. Code switching mostly occurs where the syntaxes of the languages align in a sentence. Thus, it is uncommon to switch from English to French after an adjective and before a noun, because in French, adjectives usually follow nouns. Even unrelated languages often align syntactically at a relative close boundary or at the boundary of other syntax substructures. Borrowing or code switching. The difference between borrowing or loan-word usage and code switching. Generally, borrowing occurs in the lexicon, while code switching occurs at either the syntax level or the utterance construction level. Some purpose constraints are the free morpheme constraints. Code switching cannot occur between bound morphemes. Equivalence constraints. Code switching can occur only in position where the order of any two sentence elements, one before and one after the switch, is not excluded in either language. Thus, the sentence "I like you perky eres simpatico" or "I like because you are nice" is allowed because it obeys the relative cause formation rules of Spanish and English. The closest class constraints. Close, closed class item pronouns, preposition, conjunction, etc. cannot be switched. The metric language frame model distinguishes the rules of the participant language. The functional head constraint. Code switching cannot occur between a function head and its complete. Types of switching. Scholars use different names for various types of code switching. Intersential switching occurs outside the sentence or the clause level. It is sometimes called extrasensual switching. Intrasensual Intrasensual switching occurs within a sentence or a clause. Text switching is the switching of either a text phrase or a word or both from language B to language A. Introvert switching occurs within a word itself, such as at a morpheme boundary. Okay, let me give example. Let me give example and show you the videos of code mixing and code mixing.
Yo, welcome back to Ngopi Darah, ngobrol pagi with Jedar and iya, jauh di Jakarta. Karena kita lagi di Bali, masih di Bali sama Jan. Sekarang kita udah mulai nyemplung-nyemplung nih ke kolam. Tapi sebelum kita nyemplung beneran, aku punya pertanyaan buat Jennifer. Awal mulanya dulu kamu ketemu sama Irfan di mana sih? Ceritain Jan.